What an exciting day as I look forward to engage with you wherever you are across the globe, not excluding the continent of Africa, South Africa, and the rest of the countries up there. We're back once again with an exciting episode. They say the success of a sporting activity, Superfans plays a very crucial role and brings about vibrancy, but the platform also creates a social interaction with other countries as well as people from different backgrounds as well. And in today's show, it's no different, as I am pleased to host three superfans coming from three Badway Premier League teams talking about Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, as well as TS Galaxy. My guests are going to introduce themselves right now as we will be interacting with them to exchange some conversation and looking at all the teams I've just mentioned. We know that the Pirates are second to Sundowns, who are sitting on the summit of the locker, while for the very first time in many years, TS Galaxy see themselves occupy fourth spot. Ladies, there you go. Suday, speak to you. That you was introduce yourself, please.
Dumela, hi, hello. My name is Suday. Orlando Pirates super supporter from Tembisa. I'm a member of Greater Tembisa branch, and I'm also president of Suday SC.
There you have us daily representing Mamelodi Sundowns.
I am in Janish. Nilitara mina Dindiwe, Mashele, Nsama Mamelodi. Niranda Sundowns in the branch West branch. So they like that represent West branch and Mamelodi Sundowns the champion.
Afrika stores siyabamukela go Biggie on sport khuluchisa balalele emakhaya.
Lochani babuyele emakhaya ekosimi nitakwande bayede okhuluma ngomndazana bosomagogo ma-Afrika mthweni. A prominent fan ne-TS Galaxy ne-Castle Stars. Omunye angabuza ukuthi why two teams? Two teams because of Castle Star mayibona TS Galaxy team zala. TS Galaxy is on secondary, Castle Star is a primary. Thank you very much.
Aku tshela malaleli ukuthi i-Castle Stars ikhala kuliphi lebona is it to play just to educate them go motsepe foundation week of motsepe championship that is motsepe ya foundation championship dilala wipi division
I-Castle Star idlala ku-Motsepe Championship. Remember last year sishothe ngiphuzu linye kuphela ukuthi singene PSL, but this year is promising. We are going to have two teams from Bumalak or PSL.
Siyazala siyazwathi Suday, as long as we have any within the Orlando Pirates camp, and as I've said in my introduction, Pirates iluji go second spot when Sundowns iluji go abimu when Orlando Pirates say over 1 points if I'm not mistaken, if I'm also take one of the points, yeah, or 43 points. Okay, thank you. And why Sundowns in the Global Game in effect from the start of the 2024-25 season, what would you say in effect are you happy with the team has performed?
To answer your question, I would say I'm 50% happy. The reason is because we are dropping points unnecessarily. Because we also lost this game against Mamelodi. That game was a must-win game. Yes, as much as we have 43 points and also 4 games in hand. 4 games in hand are not points. So we still have to catch up to Mamelodi Sundowns. They have 58 points. So it means if we win the 4 games, recover more 55. So we got 3 games. Whereas we're supposed to humanity did the points, more game near Cape Town City, more game near Stellenbosch, and also Mamelodi. Last year we beat Mamelodi 8-1. But then this time you're better to Nijuang. How? So I'm 50% happy and 50% no, I get happy.
It always happens that every time when we're heading to that is to a recess, which is the end of the season, obviously, teams start struggling because you've got teams who are trying to run away from the quagmire, which is the X down there, avoiding the X, obviously, trying to get into a better position. You've got teams in mid-table try to consolidate their position as well. And then you've got maybe top tiers above who also try to get into the top 8. Do you think perhaps fatigue is creeping in, or because the coach doesn't have the policy of rotation and the players that he is always putting in the first 11, they are becoming predictable?
I might say maybe fatigue is taking over because we are competing for late bay, also had KEF, and then come KSN. And this thing of fatigue, this has a lot of a problem. Why? Because we were supposed to sign players. And then Orlando Pirates management, no, we are not going to sign players. We have enough quality. What quality are you talking about? Wunda Bawubech, we have Saleng crisis. Kamoki Kisesat. So what are you talking about? We have enough quality. So I feel like Orlando Pirates was supposed to sign players. Yeah. Because we don't need to. Fatigue. Whereas there were so many players, they were waiting for us to sign that. So, but let down.
We'll come back to that. You have mentioned a very interesting player, of which a number of other Pirates supporters across the country and across the globe, they are in fact left in the dark in as far as Saleng situation is concerned. Ultimately, what's again go be on sport, Mamelodi Sundowns, they are enjoying in fact their lead at the top of the Biggie Premier League as they're sitting Godimo at the summit. Our itumela ko bola Sundowns ilutsuri.
Ke tumela am Sundowns e budi. So kulo ni ene tori chipu. Da ko no le did. You could look at it in the era 68 point, 53 kaya on a nice cookie. He did third report. So also Gary Neldik. Yo, I said, my gal.
This cuckoo in backup. Yeah, my cannot backup got a fines because of delay, yeah, right, the early issues and stuff like that. The game had the backup Sundowns had to be delayed. Mara, we happy the way the legal like that, eh?
Happy and then Nuru very low retired more than. Or it's very low Babafum. Or come on any button, but turn the test out with like this day. Bakuno, Habo, Ashibadi, may master on everything. And then now come.
Do you think it's a fair competition because Sundowns have got very huge financial mass, and obviously with that you are super silly. Other teams which aspire without the sponsorship and stuff like that. You guys actually you go out beyond the country, you are exporting expensive play. I'm told one player was Sundowns, especially those ones from South America. Borsales, Bossuarez, and many others, but with 40 million. But we think in the context of PSL, is it a fair competition?
It's a fair competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
If uri akituri uri Sundowns me vedere ayo ori the players senza kare transfer move che le do banche itare baba ho am books we am hona ka vale kam ko coach ari ni ragati no me or matari zina ndam utsabor kante we rahala no me re kuto na stack so ara wana vena ra kokiri.
You guys, the quality, Tumboka qualities, because the quality, like depth. There's so much depth because Sundowns. Okay, we going on with more about Sundowns. Turning attention to TS Galaxy, Afrika. TS Galaxy for the first time, 4th position of the Biggie Premier League. Ever since it was incepted, you guys have never truly enjoyed this place in this position before, until the coach Adnan takes over from the departed coach who went in Africa, Abramovich. Yeah, your impression, Nizimaja, as TS Galaxy.
As a prominent fan of TS Galaxy, I'm so impressed. Okay. You remember we don't have a sponsor from TS Galaxy. Remember in last season, we sold even our spy defender, everyone, but we still maintained the quota. And
What your spy talking about Kevin Simako?
no, not Gavin. All of them. I think we'll have to with 4 players, but we still maintain our momentum. If I was to get a sponsor, I was going to say, give me millions, provide me with a million because of I started afresh. What is negative? So I'm so happy in TS Galaxy.
The changes that Adnan, the current coach, has brought after taking over from Abramovich, without comparing the two, because I know they're friends. I heard that Abramovich is the one who invited Adnan to TS Galaxy, and he's doing exceptionally well. Oh, Adnan, yeah, what is the feeling like within the camp since he took over? Niziva Jali go Adnan, coach, a take over go Aparawa Beach. I think he has brought a new dimension, growth changes. Has this one up for? Yeah, it moved the change on the campaign.
Mood AKP, it's so nice. And what I can say now, I can say thanks to our chairman, Tim Sugazek today. Uneli okay, we are on a bond because of Atlant and Noko Johamil, Bezeboy too.
Yeah.
The other one was a deputy. And I can to say thank you very much to T because of Ukoni Uti, as I tata someone from outside, Utete it deputy yake. And remember we're number 50 le?
Yes.
Atna take us from number 50 to number 4. And thank you very much to Atna. Imoti. It's Ima sweet. Ima sweet.
You must read.
Yes.
The issue of Mona Pulek Saleh, it's been a contentious issue. It has raised eyebrows. It's been on the lips of many people. People are speculating. There's been different reports. He's not happy about the salary he gets. Pirates been accused with allegations, but the David became a stumbling block to him moving abroad. Are you in a position perhaps to put us into the picture as to what are the very issues with Mona Pule Saleh? Because a lot of friends are calling for Mona Pule Saleh to come back and play. He hasn't been playing, I think, since last August.
We don't really know what's happening. Others are saying Nasanja Aibo Al Ahli, and then others are saying is demanding for an increase. So we're not really sure what's happening because even the Emirates media is not informing us of anything. They're not giving us answers. And Tabayam Winapule Saleh is a problem. I don't want to die. Because at this present moment, there's no right winger who is better than Saleh. There's no right winger. Oluringi, he's even close to the way Saleh had an ankle. So yeah, some supporters Babulela no one is bigger than the team. We don't need Saleh. But to be honest, right aside and everything, Saleh should accept Monida Saleh. Because we have so much to play for. And there are so many games. You know what? If Saleh Ngabe Aliu, Ngadoribi. Look at that game against Mamelodi Sundowns. They're all
I was a platform that Pirates.
PHS pay. That game you PHS pay me. Good next understand okay, fine. Renary crisis at the defend. Also, problem Kihuri. Hadina did yes during a no Saleh. If Salim was there, I'm sure that Twitter or something.
But even it's Mahopa in the second game, Sundowns in the league game, he was playing as a right winger and he was instrumental in those 2 goals where he beat Sundowns by 2 goals to 1.
Yes.
Evidence Makop.
Yes, he was instrumental, but we can't compare Evidence Makopa decided. Okay, Evidence Makopa is striker, and yes, he did very well. But that if Salem was there, I'm sure everyone will need 4 or 5. Yeah, there's gonna be 5. Fine, worry.
Oski was there, yeah. He said, "Oski, yeah." Oh, yeah, brother.
Let's say you respond to the
No, Kitabo licked.
Yeah, on the way, go ahead.
Kabiruba Marinetile, Askis also Kabatikin need. So, Saleh Pramodita. Renyaga the answers. If Saleh Obada increased, it's fine. Nani supporters, judges of Pirates. I'm here on behalf of every supporter. We are willing to donate the 1 land. Or Saleng Akumane Kasianyada. The 1 land or the 10 land, whatever. But I'm Nyagri.
So there are 2 issues standing out here.
Yes.
Lori, there's been a stumbling block from Pirates management allowing him to work and flourish elsewhere.
Because Al Akli ni Munyaga. I'm not sure the Al Akli or what. But now I think the issue, I think Sadar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think Sadar. So Pirates management must fix it.
Let's fix it.
Yes.
But do you think it's fair, guys? I think this question's to the 3 of you as guests here. Do you think for team management not to be transparent to their fans, not being open to the fans in as far as the happenings within closed doors are concerned? Do you think teams should come out and be transparent and be discreet? Because the issue of Sunday, actually, it's bothering a lot of people. What can be done, Mary? What can be done for teams to put outstanding They need to let you guys know what's happening. As much as the Temazwani can play in this particular match because of injuries, the Boho Mukwera can play because he has accumulated a certain number of cards. Obviously, that's an information which is in the public. But don't if you, beyond such informations, you as fans, you need to be accessible to such information. Anyone can answer it.
Okay. I think it's not fair for management not to be open to us because of we end up with Kuma manga and in the way manga you hit our ekichima. So they must be open to us. Jongoba says with umdlalo so angeka bloody game so because of 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Ubani tika bachote var karista var mutobore waya satin milana into mitana gavan meron reflecto hakaro jipop marketo supportable pa conchana or reflect for animal ari unjo it's a very mutikam ko levels kasi to no ajalan hatini kindi pa jamana chaja var muta if this schedule sateva since before tiru coste amaro so before reagini so that utsu hur kantuira no makada wachiwatsa na fedu can't order guy for injury the other reads a rabon pit. I will know o injury ko gimi nachi our team seats. So na kulit.
No, I think babble than neti. Management must make sure about a inquiry. Because now relo akabole na kuri face ongo guledant ongo so because we don't even know what's happening. So I feel like they have to be honest with us, reinvest the emotional most wordings in what the team injury. So the least we can do is be honest with us. At first they were saying unalidi family issues. Kintu the reads the supporters of okay, unalidi family issues and mother like to let how no ukata via this hadad, no ukata via Nuvia and Aachen. And we had the same problem before Katavaya Lodge. They were telling us when Lodge is injured. How Chigi Lodge Afrika was announced. So Ali Radi Raka Chezi, Richard Chadnara Stadium, Radi supporter. So the least they can do is at least be honest with us. But Bijanito, okay, Mucho Omso, Unyaka Uzamaya, or Unyaka Salarik, or what. Not to Bulabali, Chigachigan Kakriban. Yeah, we're not kids.
Has the absence of Monopoly has impacted the game called has it affected the game?
Ilbulai and Ilbulai to a point more. Even I think Lee Rivero, Coach Rivero, player he's feeling the heat. Because now he's forced for attention into like the last time would already Makuba.
On the referee.
Jigi meaning halalama san or shan as you being so Nkota, yes, our Kobo Melon Wahonovan, but Usalo Umnyani, he's not yet go that level yasali. So iri impacting so much because Harasa Chaladiko. There's no creativity. Come on citing Nasa. We know we're selling very dangerous Hatakanilibo. Who's this one? Coco Meloniari. Ufuke. Yeah, so no, I think it's one of them listen area eganuri dira would reach your big point. And the Grofenetaring Coach Riveno Kiplamba. He's not doing his job. Highlighted for other coach pirates, Rinyaka Pizu. But then what if Lena Pizu Akamutimi and then all of a sudden the star player looking never without him fuke okobech, him fuke onality family issues, him fuke what. You'll never know me call no pirates management. That's the problem.
You are watching Dio on Sport. We say what they will say. Quite exciting episode today, engaging with 3 beautiful super fans from the football fraternity, the Bedway Premier League, representing their colors, as you can see here in the studio. I'm to be here with TS Galaxy, Mamelodi Sundowns, and all of the Pirates. Meaning that I'm talking to position number 1, position number 2, as well as position number 4. When Coach Ulani Mokwena left Sundowns, there was a national outcry. Sundowns will never be the same. He got called Itala, Pida, and stuff like that. Yes, that almost happened because you started dropping points after now departed Bordeaux Amleti in partnership with his assistants. They couldn't find the plot correctly until the sports director intervened. He brought in Maurice in Cardoso. Are you happy with the new coach, Cardoso?
Ay, que happy ka Cardoso, but I never say happy from at home.
Okay.
Rijo, lancer ribas ke plan la, okay plan ba. Se pire rigo. Una vez en paire por sale bir mo van en so santi de batse bara beno roba beta. La copini. Avara sana coach so uve di de kamo. Alla pe resi mudim artu se disi kadoso as changes tan girse sa Sundowns okay. So nos changes ne. Mara gor has change. Nalo sensa. Shaurire. Liten sa ta to melena atubile di do alenda horta baba itu kiti bista tare sansa tena baba na no sansa apta purnya ko tu sala na bangwar wor ala ya so ena vele na ko ha vele na no tare ti bile ngetse selipina una lipina le orla do lipi putsa might ona manu tsetse ka to so na lipina ya por kantosa se zenim senenzini ya kipine erna ni mana for na foye mana riputo or evil sa winglela mas hak una riputo mena Atare zega to yo no importante si as mu ploro mi senta voce ora si ana go in squai to mero ora na che ustiran cosa potavone utluwa atare ai questi venari shvenstamo South Africa la so wana mensaje be ala ben almo lagi so ra wana be segar se haya se istamai sapi arai kusha wana mi ramrata yi mi le fetoro opela mi sor eka senza noi di mu serno ora venare
Yeah. So, Lady Happy, Lady Rado, obviously, I just picked up where let them going up and left off because you guys continue scoring goals and not just goals. You beat teams with a bigger margins effect. How did you beat the team with a lesser goal? Give it a ray. Mara, you go as far as 4, meaning that he's a good coach.
Aina is a good coach. Aravani Ertul wana kaya pare kori kam bolke. Man kebetin nagare kon. On more ne kebio kagareno mu. Ulikiro hem jumirisa. Neptu mirisa so. Why you miss all became 50 minutes sumo uncles. Kijema. Korum toiji mero pa hai musutu. Rabole na social media is kasi arboni sapopi jirgona pomra. Pona mutu ira tse uglana sadit. Yena anari favoritism. What ends? When you go to that's much a channel and the way and I camera.
Africa back in the days, Luati, smaller teams. You guys as CS Galaxy, you can't be classified as CSK as a small team. I'm saying this because Nina Nigazama team Makura mani in King. All the time. The Nigama team Makuri King. Problem. Amatima Makulu instead of a quarter early. You keep them difficult time to an extent, would come 90 minutes to an extra time near God, near winner, obviously. What is the secret behind the success? Because you guys, as you said, you have sold a number of players. Gary Musimango went to Chiefs, Albas, went to Sundowns. Recently, a record fee of 15 million. You sold Ukabili to a Norwegian team. You always said this are quality players. Something which brings to mind Ijomo Cosmos back in the day, but we'll talk about Cosmos back in the day. Nezagani, because you seem to be becoming a university of football, producing quality players for PSL teams, but you still remain crowded. Nesawa Shine Mata. Tell us the secret.
From good technical team, we're very united. And who's a more coach?
What are also doing?
Yes, see, who's a coach? Who coach way to une course lay a psychologist. Me psychologist. So
We're talking about the coach Adlan.
what? Both of them. Une session about me again with psychologist. So there's no favoritism. Once in a team who have been a favoritism or won't again, I think that one is our secret. See, and anything to essence of sibe united kanga. Ucoach wait utanda abantu. No chairman wait. I think azaki ni mwana chairman wait akili ngumasuti.
So samtwa.
Uhlala anathi. If anything ayibonayo siyakona nathi ukumnetha. I think ubukwe back coach nebaga chere ndibo isecret yethu. Ndaleto ifavoritism. Ayikho kithi team yethu. So yeli sikiti yethu. Si team engayo kwana sishaya ama team amakhulu. Ene iSundowns utangisho ukuthi uSundowns iSundowns ngaba yiteam yokulangela nani but kithi izoremain like iphansi akusenathi encane I still kese even magezi ayisekho iteam enalo and iSundowns ntana uyitshela ukuthi ama-point uwathatha izagcina busaka, izagcina bupirate. Thina we have shaped all the points. Ize less la ishaya, saya kiwo basaya. Irrespective ithi bashaye 4 but siyishare ama-point washare. Kanti katanga ngamapolitiki uzogcina bupirate.
Nakubo abantwana bami. Lapho khona singibula ngawo vele ni. Ama-beat asuka sina njenge-Pirate ne-Sundowns sinokunyatsa ama-small TSL. So afanelanga so ngibonile nani ukuthi last minute ngiyidanade. Ngibonile ukuthi Sundowns ithatha advantage dasi jowa anya that
Point of correction, point correction. Siyesisini ayisekho i-team emane. Ayisekho i-team na. Cheka abantwana bakanayo ne-Sundowns yithi esirwele lama-team ayi-14 bakoma i-tipe abekho abanye kwabo khona. So la thing ukuthi team ilala la itis. Yehova kujelele lati.
I refuse like when you were saying Sundowns isoptitha ngokuthatha ama-points per Alex. Yeah. What happened the last time? Bethi like 2 minutes Williams. Remember? That 2-1. So I refuse when you were saying badoja di point mo Orlando Pirates. Di point je badondi jam Pirates. Ki no kije gol already se badijir. But for now pomanje eskathini samanje njengoba sinombokazi ubona unombokazi nadia ngibere where was type bebale ka boli koketre uribero adi bidi kokete jabu bokazi ifana umncali kokomelo 19 years. Yes, 19 kunya.
Okay, can I go? Avec tout this anti-agreement ye team yakhe, i-team yakhe ishaya lokho. But then athi happy about also. But uSundowns the way nyas nakhona from Sisibaba noma ungaba happy kangakanani coach but ucoach wangathathiki uyahamba. That's the promise we have. So ungabi happy kakhulu.
Sakubera Ganjalo, I want us to look at a number of issues within football fraternity, including by Afalo Bafal, as well as including a number of things that are happening before we regress from individual teams. Coming back to another bias, Patrick Kumasogai, a lot of people are happy with his behavior, especially off the field behavior. They say he's bullying other players. We saw some videos doing rounds. Initially fighting with Oki and later fighting with Mbata. As a supporter, what's your take on it?
I think sometimes we forget what football is a sport of emotions. Get emotions. Sometimes ukanuba kinaro ukanoya udimu. I'm not condoning it, but justifying connection. Yes, Patrick Masonani unali problem ka ya discipline. Ugali uthana lemudawu man. Yeah. Uthana lemudawu. Ngari ke bafana ba kukasi. The way madala ka hona ka re ba hela ko. Obona bo kasi la ka di democracy.
Yeah.
But their behaviors it's only behavior ya motho lo reng hajale ko PSA. So I think as management maybe they have to generalize man and try to find out what man udirahalani if motho u behave this way. If maybe you need a professional help or something, moving yona. Because for a big team, like also the Orlando Pirates, we don't need such players by Nolimbago Wabo, especially in front of Palu Wabadu, go back home about it is the Wabo. Play the Nersa expected this thing ya highly took. Because the Pirates, but I they call no Pirates for because that fitted that opportunity out reward would rahala would change you, would it dress you. Yes, Nalwadi Litogi because he felt like Butogi Abadirimere as the defenders. He was frustrated. So Babo knew we resolved Banu. What I can only say Bonnet they have to as Pirates management Baba focus on the playing Tawana. Try and find out the trace so equals again so that they can deal with it. Because we don't need such Renyaga a team. Renyaga being united. Because as soon as Vatoma put over, it means it could affect a hand. Just like the interview, and there was this interview I gave on him on YouTube. Apparently, Bali, there was this beef between Lodge and Boto.
About salary.
Yes, about
About others. The desperation.
that was just a major
Issue of salary.
ways the desperation that is had. Luri go to Ngari Upila Ajara Difike, up Tarisha, Pabam Kerishamu, Bam Perishamu. But as players, Negaswal, Utobali Unuri, Utokola, Uzala, Akaba strike, Akaba Wamfa, Budipade, Nubona, Adiwana Dipo. So it was that issue Yakisanali and Oto Nazamamur I resolve any lodge, but lodge van Nasanegi next. Because Nagibeditorio, so this is getting more. Nakip Manachetilian. So they have to get team building or whatever Imukabi whenever teacher. Or once in a while about unity players, try to find out unali issue the map. If much unali issue this other player, if it's say because now we don't need the players to
Yeah, still on that Kadavaya, Bosaya, I think he projects a very bad image. He is, I think, as a football professional player. And also he's bringing the brightness that Messi indicates recruit. But obviously, this is going to be a discussion of some other times. Sundowns, Rebona, the goalkeeper, is back. Wazala, Williams has been put on the bench. Onyango is back, now he's playing and he's doing well despite his age. Are you guys happy with Onyango? As I said, you guys have got depth and giving a chance to many players.
Don't call in. We're pikiran ka Onyango marari that is the case of the Williams. So Holy Stoton tell me at this land that one and Nike Machasa is all over. So making the war. Kulen Hatena. Rabore Handu was she for Williams. So run now resident that's Admiral Cornerba Bonomore, Bakoyes as Savas, etc. New Williams Solata Cosandas. Near a night said, Diraki Federal Blue, Onion. Look, pick up and no so governor kids. Says it's a mulki, so live a little of a chance. Would look on a night. Now, we have it on themselves, they give it a dollar.
What is Sebas only?
A tempos I see several injuries, Netuti that was doing this. A sort of Atzenaka Kinti, Arbizu, and October social media.
Considering his age, do you think he'll come back and be impactful as he was before? Considering his age? Evers or hating now of it now.
In state. So gets around one more that I'm good and cutting in a Akisho water. Maranara Mundidur Albo. Even when that gave me millimeter, Rekromaka and Busaka, Hamakara. They gave me fair Chantelo Pelekim, Amukis, last 2 kilogram crashes, no, my love, head touches, who clearly fell of doing
It's mean that you are calf.
a whole of calf.
Yeah, this is very quick. You are about to read this session. But Africa, you culminate something very important. Wati Obabsugazi is an advocate and as the chairman of his club, he's with an eye for talent, which is quite brilliant. He actually resumes to the likes of former Jomo Cosmos channel, which is the maestro himself, Jomo Sondo. Jomo used to produce a lot of players. Your Mark Fish, your Eddie Modande, your Peter Nosiman, your Thomas Manichache, may he sold a rest in peace. And yes, well, Sugazi doing the same, okay. He's producing players for other teams, as I said. The recent team sold, I think, last one for 50 million to a Norwegian side, 50 million, Okabini. Yeah, well, Okabini has never played football, but he knows football. I don't know. What's your take?
Jawam shel with Barsulas, only shoke, Oxcout.
Yeah, what's up, no Sugas, yeah.
A scout in our life. Ukabini Oboya from Umalanga. And Mas would wear we dirty. But the Ukabini, Scoute. Ubahusugas, Jomas things say and then as prominent fans is all true taha. But on the other hand, na funny atole kana pastors. But on the other hand, we don't have a sponsor. So we rely things in our shop.
This question is about Buffalo Father. We played Bede in our last match in the 2026 FIFA Cup qualifiers games. We beat them by 2-1. Debo Mukwela was withdrawn from the squad before the kickoff due to the fact that there's been cuts that have been accumulated over the months. He couldn't play. This was after Lesotho lost a protest against Bafana Bafana, and that almost cost Bafana Bafana almost 3 points. Anyone of you can answer this one. Do you think someone at Salfa is taking on the job?
Yes.
someone is looking at the job.
Man, like, kinto kiti pitisha muyo na hore. Who does that, mara? People careless for gangan. And how do I say? We might still lose the 3 points.
Apparently, Lesotho, allegedly, they've withdrawn the protest.
Yeah, they have. But what if Bonaba decide or no? Because of Patubaki ba feel did the Muguela. Penarusams. As much as Bali Palichki Hulu, they are complete. Is it 24 hours?
Source, yeah.
It doesn't mean Hulvafana Palar right. So now I think whoever is in charge of that, I can say maybe that you're going to say. Please.
What's up?
Yeah.
Eligible. How much sympathy you are able to talk whenever what you say?
I have a decent with
Okay, yes, I can attest to that. Someone is sleeping on duty here. But then I think because of Suday, I think we are safe. I think it must be lodged within the 76, is it 72 or 24 hours? I stand to be corrected. But we are safe.
Going forward, what should be done, ladies? To mitigate such challenges or circumstances, what should be done?
I think Sanchiba did an example, guy.
Okay?
Yeah. So that the other one what Kalata Liena Abolo, Liena Gifuaro Valahomiroko, Vamos, Pamastito is.
But going forward, I think the person who sleep on duty, Magdala, the Lesotho Neighborhood, I think that person must go DC.
He must farm, but that what? No DC, no nothing. He must just farm a lot.
I wish you can prolong this conversation, ladies. As ladies, I know you pledge solidarity to other ladies all the time. What's your feeling about the situation around rugby? Yeah. Monkeys to be precise. Do you sympathize the monkeys now that the team is about to be auctioned? It is under the curatorship of the South African Revenue Services, allegedly owing about 40 million to SARS. What you say as a woman about to lose a team?
Okay, from a woman perspective, I feel pain for kids. Because of as a woman, the same jabuli at least for woman see umuntu ospada bisauna. Because we can't be following humans always. Into interest me abaya woman men are always forward because of they are putting themselves first. Tina sisalele move over. Sitara sibega nina pali. So I was very much happy Kize. I had a eating auma as charity. So now I'm not happy. I'm not happy and I'm very disappointed. Kadin the next person that can buy it in, I was with him and me hope uti ube umahap. We can't be anything about every day. But say it come.
Boss lady?
Ntabina given one camco, Mamkiz decided as a my pillar. Kitibutul how uncle lay me amwesa harati. Where a guitar more at least camco, sister Savary Roches Carasoch, Shower utavo mama, wise a saldina, this was padalis. So no so it's a skeleton mutos sadi. I outside him not matter when it's 30 mutamun, clear and
Okay. Suday?
Yeah, you know you bushuku. Cause you none yedirichi mo yela na mamkiz. To the always near bedford. So now take a guy bulela imok South Africa put high. If mother kitchen have a donated and not like.
Ladies,
Yes.
sector.
Okay. Ladies, you've been exceptionally good. I'm going to give each of you about 3 to 5 seconds to say your goodbyes and also speak to other ladies to come enjoy your team and become one of the super friends. I said with you, one of the parents.
Ni hana tuin guy bulela. Ingara to hikarija basadi boy high. Eska chava guys. Rejoin the ribbing twing a wari to support Apollo. Kubek munati. Clear in our dear group of PSA. Razo uda di team ko PSA. Wow. Now I have so much. I so much.
How's lady?
Okay. Lima just basadi, a couple of kisti, Riti Rivestrom, Recono Sapota. It seems to the South Africa. Passapato Arhano Tionari Press Conclusory Reza, Ararten Costidia, Charlie Nakam Kokili champion, you to remember she cat. Korea one sashi membership cat till sundown. You're an
to see the house.
a benefit and in a hurry, Rakandi loco Puma or 30%.
Wow.
Raka oh, telling Gurgit the sheet says I got a hotel in Tapo High, it's a probably white sheet. Lower lot of 30%. After the police had or now. Premier police at the how clock of face for 60,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so I on a and then give young fast any Ayonaki on a Ekitacha stadium.
Yeah.
Ikata stadium, Muragi still 1 hour.
I do really. Yeah.
Okay.
Ek ya stadium yan
Okay.
kya le frasan ke jati so na gino for out
Yeah. Okay.
for I
Masterpiece. Very quickly, fourth position. Where do you see yourself come to the end of 2024, 2025? Direct medics.
Sesisoma siyazana ngithi thina siyi-TS Galaxy today siyadlala 5:30 embobela. I think i-position number 3 siyangena kiyo namhlanje.
Society at 6 days.
Sisusa
What?
oh no, it's because of singa 35 so siyalingana these so ukumama emakhaya ngathi asivuyeni sizijabuleni sizibekeni thina phambili not abobaba sizosole sisalele imngeke kwasibuka sonke siyavasa sonke sinamawashi and I don't think ukuthi sonke sinemali yokutrabela yokuya but ninama-team adlayo emakhaya sihamba ninyawo as-attende ubona umuntu akhe ngicela ithithi or that person azangeke umbone aya e-TV noma uhamba ninyawo omama asivukeni sizijabuleni it's time to put ourselves first and ngingakani ukuthi ne-department of sport sima-superfans isijameleni sonke ama-superfan lingani ngahlanye izulu lingani ejobe nempumalanga aline sikhona thina bomama ngoba kusasa uma babaphambili ozume babithayi bobani abazabe bakubhukiweko we had to get those mama bomama asizijabele mara kulikhansela into yokubeka ubaba phambili sengiyivala msinyazana uthola ubaba wakho ubebhalele eNorway oreyama-truck but uyaza next week wena ujamisa imerobho bambiza abangani bakho bathi uze ephathini orebhomeni uthi nagiyo ubaba wami kuyeza bangafika noma baba uthathe
Once again, I know it's not for the first and obviously it's not for the first time. We're still gonna engage as a Northeast are happening within our football fraternity. Once again, thank you so much for making time coming here. I know that I must leave you, so are you going to Mumbai?
I have to be there. Yes. So I'm preparing to go to Goa.
As I mentioned over and over again, that super fans are very crucial and important for any sporting code. And they are the people of success for any sporting code. You had for yourself here as ladies exchange conversations on behalf of their teams. That's how we leave it for this episode. I'm looking forward to engage with you once again next week. Thank you so much to the team behind the scenes who have made this possible. Kumar Timbagide, our content producer, working very hard behind the scenes, as well as Chuma Shazi, the executive producer for above all, the team who are doing some technical work in making sure that you get and receive quality sound as well as quality videos out there. I'm talking about JD Arts 24 studios in North Cliff. I thank them so much. Please don't forget to like, share, but above all, subscribe to this episode of Biggie or Sport. Until then, success.
Yes.